You must be alert every moment when you're on board ship, Papa interrupted. It's not enough to set sail once. Wind shifts constantly, and you must always be ready to adjust your course. Out here, everything can be lost in an instant. I understand, Caroline whispered. Papa shook his head. I don't believe you do. You're too flighty, Caroline. If you want to sail on the Great Lakes, you must stay steady, watchful every moment. Caroline's skin grew hot. Papa turned and made his way back to Oliver. Oliver gave him the tiller before joining the girls. Don't feel sad, he told Caroline. His tone was kind. No harm was done. I've disappointed Papa, Caroline said. No, you frightened him, Oliver said. That's why he got angry. All that matters is that you didn't get hurt, Lydia added. Gracious. Perhaps you should stop dreaming about a ship of your own. I won't, Caroline thought stubbornly, although her heart felt as heavy as an anchor. She'd have to work extra hard now to prove herself to Papa. Lydia tugged her bonnet forward again and gazed out over the water. They had almost crossed the lake. The roofs of Kingston and Upper Canada had come into clear view. Why doesn't your father just put in for Kingston now? You and I could visit the shops. He says we don't have time, Caroline said. We'll drop you off at the landing below your farm. Oliver cocked his head, sniffling in the air. The wind's dying, he said. With all the commotion, Caroline hadn't noticed the shift in the weather. The sails, with no wind to fill them, made flapping sounds. The deck motion had gentled. She darted to look at her father, half hopeful and half fearful. Sometimes, when the wind was no more than a soft breeze, he let her practice steering. He caught her glance. After a moment, his stern expression softened. He beckoned with one hand. Caroline's heart rose. She hurried to join him at the tiller. Thank you, Papa, she said. She braced her feet, grasped the polished wooden tiller carefully, and leaned against it. Papa stepped close behind her, putting one strong, calloused hand on the tiller for guidance, and the other on her shoulder. Caroline inhaled his familiar, pleasant scent of pipe tobacco and sunshine, mixed with faint traces of sawdust and turpentine from the shipyard. Ease her over a bit, Papa instructed. That's it. Caroline concentrated as hard as she could. She could feel the ship beneath her feet, responding to each adjustment. All too soon, however, the little sloop was barely moving. We're becalmed, Papa announced. No trouble, though. The wind will come up again. Caroline glanced toward Kingston. They'd drawn near enough that she could easily make out the town's wood and stone buildings. Several ships bobbed in Kingston's harbor. Upper Canada was a British colony, just as New York had been years ago, before the United States won its independence. Papa stepped back, put both hands on Caroline's shoulders, and turned her to face him. You made a mistake today, daughter. Caroline braced her feet, grasped the polished wooden tiller carefully, and leaned against it. Ease her over a bit, Papa instructed. That's